All right, so we've got pretty big news. Like this was already expected, but they are kind of emphasizing it a little more, giving us more detail. So we know that Chiliz has a plan to also be in the Hollywood space as well. So this is their kind of their first initiative to announcing it and kind of explaining what they're going to do. So I wanted to kind of just share this because they did announce that they're going to invest another 60 million towards the project. And we've seen that the last couple of months, they've only been in business or around for 2 years, but we've seen the last couple of months how many teams they've signed with, what they've been doing in their platform, the amount of people that have noticed it. The partnerships they're not like small partnerships. These are big partnerships to the point where like I send it to my friends that watch the NBA. It's like a flex, because it's like, wow, like you're seeing it there, like, and you're just seeing the project grow. So it's really cool to see the way the direction that the project is heading to, especially at its starting stages. I don't know if you guys, it's like when you see someone coming up, like maybe an athlete, you see them coming up from high school, then you see them in college, then you see them in the NBA, then you're like, wow, I remember when this person was in college or this person was in high school. This is the same thing with this. Like we're literally seeing it at its starting stages. Maybe a few years later, people are all going to know about it, but we already know about it. So it's really, really cool to see. So I wanted to kind of share this and see where their direction trying to head in. As we know, Binance is also getting into the fan token world. So there is going to be some competition, but that is good. That means that it's going to push them to go further. So let's go and read this a little bit and then let's give our thoughts. So to Hollywood and everywhere in between, Chili's first B2C product to launch natively on the Chiliz chain, Socios.com. Today hosts scalable tokenized fan engagement ecosystem for over 70 global sports IP and caters to over 1 million registered users. So we know that they've recently had 1 million app users, right? Being only 2 years old, Socios.com has leagues further to grow as it matures into an established fan engagement portal. Notice that they don't just say fan token, right? So when Binance announced their thing, they just said fan token. So I don't know if Binance actually have like any plans to do anything with their platform. Maybe they're just gonna just put the fan tokens there, and that's where I think Socios will probably win it with in terms of like trying to understand, because they have a vision. A lot of times when you have a vision, you tend to go a little bit further than other brands, simply because you know the direction you want to head in. And other brands are like, oh, this is a great opportunity. They see the opportunity, but you see the vision. So if that makes any sense. So let's keep going. Both in terms of user base and the platform experience itself, but it has already proven our model. Which I thought, is it here? Okay, yeah. Socios.com has become a proof of concept for the fact that the Chiliz chain environment is capable of hosting and powering mainstream user fan-facing blockchain products in the real world, scaling to support masses of people and masses of brand partners. That's not an environment tailor-made for sports. It's agnostic. It has just as much potential to organize, empower, and monetize fans across music and film as it does the live events, retail, and commercial brand spaces. We don't just assume this to be true. We're putting our money and our manpower where our mouth is, which is very true. Chiliz is pledging to invest 60 million to launch the first new set of platform experiences on the Chiliz chain outside the world of Socios.com and sports. Chiliz was always meant to as a transversal tech foundation. Socios.com was Project One. But in terms of chain and token utility, it was always meant as just the first one in a long line of second layer platforms powered by the Chiliz ecosystem. We're committed to this growth and we're excited to have you join. So this answers a lot of questions. I think a lot of us were wondering, when fan tokens start to go on other platforms, what is Chiliz going to do, right? We kind of thought, oh man, because we've seen fan tokens are already on other platforms. So how is this going to like change the game, right? And will the Chiliz price go up ever, right? Will it just stay the same price? This answers a lot of questions. It shows that they're focused on more than just just literally fan tokens, right? They're focused on other things. And what I'm thinking is maybe they're gonna start to use maybe like the tokens or whatever it may be to maybe set up meet and greets. They're gonna try to get into these industries and get you exclusive access. I think what a big thing nowadays is we want access, right? I think access is a big thing, especially when it comes to sports. Celebrities, like now we're in the age of, if you see a celebrity, you just take a selfie with them, right? You're like, whoa, can I take a selfie? Wow, 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 right? But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to connect the audience with the other side. They're trying to connect it and kind of bring it together. So that's a big part, and we all know that, although like Hollywood is not like as prominent as we see, because we know there's so many different things, YouTube and all these different platforms, it still is a big thing, right? When you see a Hollywood star, there's something different about it, right? So they're trying to connect both in together, which is really interesting. And the fact that they mentioned that Socios is not going to be their biggest thing, it's not just going to be their main thing. Sorry, it shows that they are looking to like expand on their vision, and they know their vision. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here and say sometimes when you focus on more things, it could sometimes affect what you do. And actually, I might make a different video because I don't want to be that, yeah, Socios is doing great. I also want to be a little bit realistic as well. As someone who's, I work for myself, and, I do my own thing, and I work with other businesses. So I've seen the ups and I've seen the downs. And one thing that is a common thing is sometimes when you focus on too many things, that can sometimes take your focus away from your main thing, right? So that could be a factor. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Obviously, they have their vision, but that could be a factor. So, but overall, again, like as I said, this project will grow eventually. Like it's growing already, but I know a lot of people are like, man, why is the Chiliz price like not going up? Why is it always stale? Again, like when you invest in anything, and I'm no financial advisor or whatever maybe, but anything you invest in, whether it's yourself, whether it's something, your money, whether it's your children, whatever it may be, right? Anything that you put time into, like anything that you have that you're trying to grow, whatever it may be, it takes time, right? So if you have money in Chiliz, like I'll just show you my plans. Like I'm keeping my Chiliz coins for a while. Like I have fan tokens and I have Chiliz, right? I'm keeping all of them. I'm not gonna sell. I'm not gonna do anything anytime soon. I'm just gonna wait it out and see what happens, because I know that eventually it will work out. Like I'm confident that it will work out. I see the vision. Once you start to see the vision, you're kind of understand it. And worst case scenario, I mean, they're already partnered up with all these teams. So if eventually all these teams decided to leave them, right, that's going to be a while. So that's even if that ever happened, which I highly doubt, at that point, they'll probably be so established that, that they'll be able to focus on other things. So great project still. I think this is big. They are planning to grow, and they did announce that. Well, they didn't announce it, but they did mention some articles that they are looking to have an office in the U.S. as well. So the U.S. is a big market. Again, like as I said with the NBA video, the U.S. is going to be it's a different market, but in terms of like exclusivity or NFTs or things like that, it's very commercialized. So it's actually going to be maybe even a bigger market than in Europe. Europe is like more passion, like, more, yes, like this is amazing, right? Whereas in America or North America, Canada included, and even Mexico, we're very like, wow, like we're really passionate about like, it's really like commercialized. So we're willing to buy gear. We're willing to buy this. We're willing to spend money on NFTs. We're willing to spend money on jerseys and collectibles. Like I have friends that have crazy collectibles here. Like they spend like they spend like 5 to 6 figures on, and maybe even 7 figures on collectibles alone, and they're just keeping it. And some of them actually invest, like it's actually treated as an investment. That's a different story for another day. But that's kind of my thoughts on it, on Chiliz putting in 60 million on this. I know it was a little bit of a longer video, but I kind of wanted to share this because I think it is a different direction. And yeah, so let me know your thoughts as usual. These are just my thoughts, my opinions. I could be right, I could be wrong, but I always love to hear your opinions and your thoughts. I see a lot of people putting in some great insights in the comments, so I always appreciate that. Feel free to follow up my Twitter account. Also, I have an IG account as well, Instagram. Also, I will be coordinating some Reddits. I have a Reddit as well. I have a Discord, and I also have Facebook, like a Facebook group as well. So Try to get the community together. If anyone wants to collaborate on anything, let me know. Like, I'm always happy to collaborate or figure out how we can help this community grow, just to kind of help each other out. I think it's great. There's a lot of new creators coming out every single day, so I'm happy to be a part of that as well. So shout out to Chiliz Austria, shout out to Chiliz Switzerland as well. Find them on Twitter and shoot them a follow, and yeah, let them know that I sent you there as well. So thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again. Peace.